a crisis.
Emotional damage.
Here
We're
we
starting
go.
off strong here.
Oh my god.
That took 30 seconds.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
I wasn't even the first one this time.
Also, fun fact for folks, we are currently playing across a span of 9 time zones at the moment. We have folks from Pacific time all the way over to Central Europe time. So we are joining you from all different points of the day of December 1st. But we're still excited that we can make something happen before we take a little bit of a break as we go through the holidays and come back to pick up the story in January 2025. Exciting stuff. But for now, let's go ahead and pick up where we left off, shall we? So,
Dun, dun, dun. That's right.
last session, after meeting with Kiva, the group continues their trek up the highest peaks of the Zholymr Mountains, where they finally arrive at what they believe to be the seat of the Celestials. The large citadel is built directly into the stone and accessible only by those of the winged variety. But the party is able to scale the entrance tower after a few just little tiny bumps and bruises. And they were able to make their way inside, where they discovered a multitude of different types of curious things. They found an ancient armory and some sort of a strange gemstone that seems to resonate in particular with Velterra's power. They come across a large hall filled with mosaic artwork depicting the 3 steward races and 2 other seemingly larger-than-life beings. They also come across a map of Zholmyr, potentially showing where the other seats are located. What?
There's just a random French man cleaning behind Jeff.
Oh. I was like, what the hell did I say? This is literally what happened.
No, you're doing great.
You're good. You're good.
Oh,
It's
my
not you,
God.
it's us, Theo.
As is
Anyways,
typical.
after then scaling up to the highest levels of the citadel, they find some sort of a large altar or chapel with a broken sword at its base, as well as a large nest at the end of a long hall where the half-eaten carcass of a dragonborn lays in frozen blood. It is then that they hear a strange growling sound and 2 large winged creatures with the heads of deer crawl into view. And that is where we will be beginning today.
Are they large or are they medium?
Medium.
They're mid.
Just from a map perspective, that's all.
Yes. So you can go ahead and open your roll 20.
They're mid as
And
fuck.
then I'll put in the chat here a little bit of a better picture so you can see what you're actually
They're so
dealing
colorful.
with. To the upload file.
I can't look at it on my computer. I have to look at it on my phone.
Oh, so
Whoa.
sad.
Oh.
Maritime.
Wow.
Okay, yeah.
Isn't this the thing Michael Scott said he wanted to turn it into?
Pretty
What?
much.
Wait, fuck, there's 2 of these things?
Yeah.
A las dos.
Upset.
Elaine, get the fuck out of there!
No! I'm going to one and then I'll back off.
Bitch needs a
I'm
dentist.
going to need some
Nom, nom,
initiative
nom, nom.
rolls from
Bitch
folks.
needs a dentist.
Ew.
Ooh, 18 on the die. Which
18 on the
means
die.
18.
Alright.
20.
Oh my god.
No way.
2
No
nat
way.
20s.
She said 2?
My national 19 was feeling pretty good up until
Yeah.
about 10 seconds ago.
You fucking suck.
23.
What about a 20 minus 17?
Wait, what?
What about that?
Yeah, she has a 17 penalty to her initiative. So.
Jess, I was
Damn.
like, why is your initiative negative 17?
Also, Jess,
No,
Jess,
it's an 8. It's an 8.
not to make it worse, you do have disadvantage on that roll.
Oh, I have to roll again. Okay, so my base right now is an 8. Nat 20. Not even kidding you.
Well,
Just
that
rolled a
sucks.
nat 20.
Sucks.
But
Oh,
it doesn't matter. That hurts.
All right. So
But
the only
you
number,
got it.
the only number I got definitively so far is Jasper at 23. What is everyone's official initiative?
22.
22 for Velterra, 25 for Davina, Violet, 8,
8.
14.
and a 14. All right, let me go roll for these bad boys.
I love
Wow,
this
okay.
music.
It's so good.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey.
I'm really vibing with the music. This is great.
Yeah, this is.
This is a great level on Kingdom Hearts.
Shut the fuck up.
I was like, this Kingdom Hearts.
I was transported though. As soon as you said
All
that,
right. With
Also,
that,
who's shitting on Kingdom Hearts? I loved that game.
we're not shitting. We're saying
we're
it
not
was the
shitting on it. It's just Eric's poking fun at the music choice. Okay, so to give you some context, y'all, most of you have hung back here.
No,
towards
we said we
Zholmyr.
were moving forward before they came in. We
Yeah, we
established
were following Elena up.
this that we are closer than what the map shows.
Okay, okay. So then,
I
what are
don't
we
know.
thinking?
I don't know how
Like,
close. You tell
I
us,
think-
but we were just moving forward.
Almost positive Jess was still behind the wall because road.
Yes.
Yes.
Jess was still
I
behind
think
the wall.
Jasper and I were moving up like another 5 to 10 feet, I would say, because we started to move, but then these things popped up, and I think that's where we
Totally
started.
fair.
Okay. And
And
then,
then I don't know, Davina, if you were moving up or if you were hanging back.
Yeah, I was moving up probably like parallel to where Violet is.
Okay.
Or with the boys. Yeah, near there
And
somewhere.
Kiva
Okay.
would then definitely be curious and be making her way up as well. So we'll start.
Making
Did
my way.
Did music stop?
Yep.
It did.
Oh, you didn't loop it.
Oh, I didn't look at. One
Bring it back.
second.
Please.
We hear it.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, let's hit
Yeah.
that loopy loop. All right, there we go. Great. Okay.
Yeah.
Beautiful. In that case, Davina, you actually get us started, Miss 25.
Goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Right
Okay.
there.
Tell me if this is possible. I want to cast Phantasmal Force on the beast that lands nearest Elaine, so that they do not perceive her. It's like an invisible illusion in the mind of.
Can you read me what Phantasmal Force does? Does it provide an illusion?
I craft an illusion in the mind of a creature that I can see within range, and it can be create a phantasmal object, creature, or other visible phenomenon of my choice that is no larger than a 10-foot cube. That's perceivable to only the target. What else do you need?
You want to create like a 10-foot cube that just looks like everything except for Elaine in that 10-foot cube.
Exactly.
Make Elaine look like a
I'm gonna do
burb.
I've never thought of that.
some Mission Impossible shit.
Excellent.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
So I make an intelligence saving throw.
Birds are
Yes.
stupid.
It's of 16.
Okay, where is my intelligence? Oh, yep, not the smartest. Here we go. Nope. Rolled a 9, which goes down to an 8.
Awesome.
I also just want to point out that the material component for this is a bit of fleece, which I think is funny because like fleece is like a term for like getting one over on somebody.
Well, the fleece.
Yeah.
Over your eyes.
Have you noticed
Mhm.
all of these?
They're all
components are like
puns.
that? They're all.
Yeah.
I have never actually looked that deep into it,
Kinda
but that's
funny.
funny. Now I'm going to.
The one for detect thoughts is a penny. A penny for your thoughts. Or a piece of
No
So
way.
funny.
It's so clever.
Alright, I'm gonna look at every material
I love
component magic thing now. I'll be back later,
And
guys.
now I'm paying close attention.
Okay, so this
Okay.
one here is now basically, Elaine, you are not being perceived. You are not
Okay.
perceived by.
We have the
You can't see me.
I shout out to Elaine. I'm like, hit that one. It can't see you.
All right.
All right. Anything else, Miss Davina?
I am going to uh bonus action and bardic inspire Jasper.
Aw.
Alrighty.
Aw. Thanks.
Well, that was some good timing because Jasper, you are up.
Cool.
Oh,
I'm gonna. How many? Actually, let me check. Let me see my inventory. How many bullets I got left? I'm alive. I'm feeling okay. Um. I will pull out my gun, and I'm gonna shoot the one that can perceive. Um. I'm gonna shoot the one that can perceive.
This one back
Elaine.
here?
Yeah, that one back there.
Yep.
Pew. Oh wait, I have to declare. I'll do sharpshooter because I have bardic, so I will do sharpshooter. Uh, 18 plus 5 is 23, so I'm not gonna use it on that one. And then a 15 plus 5 is 20, so 23 and a 20.
They both hit. And
Cool.
remind me the range on your guns?
Uh, short range. Short range is 60, long range is 240. I do not get disadvantage because I have sharpshooter.
Right. Okay. Fuck.
You get what, a -5 penalty to your roll?
-5 penalty to my roll if I want to do the extra damage.
Oh, right.
Which I did do. So no big deal. Just 2d10 plus 30.
Plus 30?
Plus 30? Are you
my
kidding me?
God. Beg your pardon, Michael.
What?
I knew I gave that bardic to the right person.
I hate this character.
8 plus 8, 16 plus 30 is 46.
What? Wait, what is that? Is that your sharpshooter, or what is giving you
Mhm.
that plus 30? Okay.
My sharpshooter, normally my gun is 1d10 plus 5. But with sharpshooter, I take a -5 to hit and plus 10 to damage.
Jeez.
So then wouldn't that be 1d10 plus 15? Or you've shot twice?
I shot twice.
He has 2 attacks as a level 5 fighter.
Gotcha.
Alright. So, Jasper, feeling a little bit inspired by Miss Davina, with his keen eye, fires twice.
Fuck that bird.
The bird is letting out a growl. 2 bullets, rapid fire, enter in its mouth and come out straight through the back of its skull, and it slumps down dead.
Oh my
Man,
god.
you're so cool, and you just fucking.
Thank you, Eric, as another former DM who's like actually mad about this, even though your party member's crushing it.
That was a one shot, quite literally.
Well, technically it was
Oh
2
my
shots, but
God. All right, well, good for you. Anything else?
Rule of cool is better than min-maxing, and I stand by that.
it's not min-maxing. It's just
Yeah, sorry,
sharpshooter.
30 damage is not min-maxing.
It's
Sorry.
sharpshooter. I'm gonna turn to Val and just wink.
Oh, you nasty little fuck.
Oh
Stare in
my
the shot.
God.
I'll turn to Val. I'll wink and I'll say your turn.
Well, it is in fact Belle's turn.
Wow.
Well, I guess I'm not gonna do the cool thing now, so I'll just hit it with some Eldritch.
Oh no. You gotta move up at all, or just
Nope.
range?
It's a. Wait. 13 and a 10 to hit.
13 and a 10 to hit. Okay.
points of force damage, but then an additional 4 from my Eldritch Invocation for 12, and then an additional 3 from my patron for 15. And I'm gonna push it 10 feet back.
All right.
I'm also gonna use the entirety of my movement to just close the distance to Elaine.
Thank you.
So okay, so you start there. You have what, 40 feet?
That's a great question. What is my speed? I think it's 30. It's 30 feet.
Okay. Get you there.
Yep.
All right. Well, this thing is up, and after taking a big blast to the fucking face, it is going to let out a screech.
Allegedly took a blast to the face.
And it is going to flap its wings.
Birds aren't real.
And it will fly straight to you, Velterra.
They're government agents.
I moved Jasper.
I was like, bitch, I didn't move.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It is going to swoop right past you, and
does it go past Elaine?
It does, but it does not provoke an opportunity attack because of its flyby ability. So it flew just up over your head, Elaine. So sorry.
Fine.
But because it is flying, it will be doing this as a dive attack against you, Velterra.
Okay.
Is it called a dodo bird?
No.
Do you get it?
No.
It's extinct.
Well, I mean, that's good. I was like, a doe is a female deer. Doe bird.
Oh, that one went over my head.
Female deer don't have antlers.
Like the bird.
Your mom doesn't have antlers.
Oh,
Think about that.
Shit. Hold on 1 second. Very important thing that I just fucked up. Michael, are your attacks magical?
No.
Okay, those should have done half damage.
So it's not dead.
The bird's alive.
You did what, 46 points of damage?
46. So 20
46,
down
so
to 23.
Okay. So it is still alive. It is hurt, but it is still alive. Do you want to? We can rewind that. That's an important change. We can rewind this because.
All right. I ain't gonna do the cool thing.
All right. So then I'm gonna put
reading up on it. I want to think it'll work according to the DM.
I'm gonna put my bird back. I'll put you back here. All right, and we're gonna rewind to the start of Velterra's turn. I'm so sorry. This is not something I'll do all the time, but that was kind of a big.
Like the first time you done it, it's all good. Just.
So
stop attacking me!
No.
Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push past Jasper, and I'm gonna again work on closing the distance to Elaine. As I'm running at her, you're gonna see me take out my scythe and throw it, or my sickle and throw it at Elaine. And as I do, I release an Eldritch Blast, and as it's flying through the air, it hits the sickle and splits into its two beams. And then before the sickle reaches Elaine, I dismiss my packed weapon, and it disappears. And it's just a way cooler way to split the beam of an Eldritch Blast. That's all it is.
That's way cooler!
That is wicked. That's
all right,
wicked.
so are you sending one at each?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, all right. Go ahead and make those rolls again.
Okay. Much better on both. 22 and a 23.
Those will both hit. So go ahead and roll damage for each of those.
So the one on the left is going to be, I rolled a 4 again on the d10, so that's another, that's the 15 damage from last time.
Okay.
And then the other one doesn't get the extra +3, so it's going to be just, it's a 10 now. 10 plus 4, so 14, 18.
All right, that'll be enough to kill it. So with that blast, that Eldritch Blast, straight. Why isn't it like? There we go. Straight to the dome. That one does finally drop down dead.
Fist bump.
All right, and now it will continue as usual because the circumstances remain largely the same. It is going to make its dive attack against you, Mr. Velterra. So what's going to happen is gonna first make a gore attack against you.
That can't possibly be bad.
That will be.
How could it?
It's only because you're gorgeous.
Oh.
That will be a natural 1. But
Guys, I'm
it makes.
fine. This guy sucks.
Suck.
This is crazy. But it makes 2 attacks, so it's also gonna attack with its talons.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
And that one is better. That's a 15 to hit.
Misses.
Misses.
What's your
I
AC?
did 16 with my just constant mage armor.
Oh, shit.
Ooh.
I can cast
Well,
mage
Mm.
armor at will. So every 8 hours, I just re-up it.
all right. Well, then you're good. Oh yeah. All right. Well, Elaine, you are up.
After running at it, just like fucking ducks.
It's like literally that video of like someone like throws something at the seagull and the seagull comes back at them and then she's like, ah!
Oh my gosh. Okay, so
Rain,
I'm
go help.
going to. I'm coming.
Is this the one that
to...
can't see her?
Yes.
Excellent. Good. All right. So first, I am gonna close with this bird deer and
Like get all up in there.
sneak up behind it. Get up all in.
I've settled on Deergle.
Deergle.
Okay.
A Deergle?
The Deergle.
It does have an official creature name, but whatever you want to call it.
The Deergle. I
That's
am
canon
so
now.
glad I prepared this. Okay, so I took magic weapon. I'm so excited. So bonus action, I'm gonna cast magic weapon, and touch my sword, which turns it into a magic weapon with a +1 bonus to attack rolls and damage rolls
That'll
for
fucking do it.
concentration up to an hour.
Ooh.
So it is now magical.
Elaine ain't doing no
I'm
half
going
damage.
No, I will not settle for less. So I'll swing on it. First one is only a 13 to hit.
That hits, meets it.
That hits? Okay, cool. I'm also gonna throw on a divine smite for this one. Okay.
Fuck this bird.
Let's see.
Fuck this bird in particular.
Make it Duncan
Fuck
out of
it,
him.
Evan.
Wayne.
Fuck your claws.
Fuck
We're
fuck
hungry.
your wings, fuck your face, fuck your claws.
I hate all of it. Okay, so that. Good God. Okay, so slashing damage first is.
Okay.
I can't do math. 10 slashing damage.
Mhm.
And then the radiant damage is 11 radiant.
Okay.
So 10 slashing, 11 radiant. And then I'm going to attack a second time.
Hit that thing.
Hit that thing.
Yeah, she is.
Boom. Boom.
Can I pet that dog?
17
Pat that dog.
to hit.
Oh, hit.
Pat that Deergle. Pat that Deergle.
A deer goal.
Just say that a little louder in the lobby for me.
Yeah. In the voice of the little girl.
Ignorant.
Can I pet that vehicle?
7 damage on this
7
one.
damage.
The French have no humor.
This one. 8 damage.
8 damage. That'll do it. Alright, so Elaine
Alright.
draws her radiant weapon, turns it into a shimmering blade powered by divine magic, and brings it down. Deergle. And
Lop his head off.
with a screeching, a gurgling kind of screech, the last one falls to the ground dead, and you are once again back in the stillness of the room.
Before it falls down dead, Violet is going to
Violet.
conjure her shimmering blades and be like, No, like since Vel got to put on such a show, and so did Jasper, and so she's gonna like do a cool like twist with her blades like as it's going down, and then look at everyone and be like, "Yeah, I killed it. I got it. Good work, Elaine, to help me out with that assist."
What assist? I did.
It was a
I
team
did all
effort.
of the work.
You
Why
did
are you
great.
taking this from me?
I
We did it together.
I just like to think that because you're exhausted, like you're just so tired and like you couldn't like everybody finished the fight and you're just sitting there like tired,
Just needing a nap.
just needing a
I
nap.
was just twiddling my thumbs, yeah, dozing off. Yeah, good work, everyone. That was hard.
Just gonna resummon my packed blade. I'll give it a twirl and then put it back in the belt. Good job, Violet.
I have a question.
Anytime.
The body that's by the nest, is it? You said it was a dragonborn. Can I tell if it's not a dragonborn from the village, correct?
You haven't looked.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with her, but I'm gonna look out the little hole that's in the wall and just see if there's any more of those things flying around.
Okay. So Valterra makes his way over here. Davina comes up to the nest.
I want to look
Yeah.
at the sword.
Ditto.
Okay.
I'll go with Jasper and Elaine.
I feel like I'm moving little Lego people around. Like I'm playing.
Yeah. You go here.
That's mostly what DMing is, Theo. It's just playing a game by yourself. It's
Also,
completely with yourself.
also apparently Vel is dead because you threw him off the side of the mountain. So.
Oh, there's a little edge
No,
there.
he's on the edge.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm on the edge.
The glory.
Thank you.
Copyright.
All right.
Yeah.
Valterra, you go over. You approach the kind of little opening on this side of the cliff. The wind kind of whips a little bit more over there as you're exposed to the outside elements, but you don't see anything else immediately, or hear anything for the moment. Davina, you approach the nest. It's this dragonborn is like half eaten. It's pretty yeah. I guess question like are you're trying to discern if it's from the dragonborn village?
I'm trying to discern if it's the dragonborn from the group that Niall talked about. Actually, is Niall with us? Can I just ask him if he
No,
recognizes
he's
it?
outside keeping watch.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But I have a mental bond with him,
Like,
so I can
basically
describe.
Okay.
Can I see him from where I am, bro?
Yeah, are you gonna yell down to him?
No.
In his head,
I'm just
Niall
like
just
very
sitting
much
here.
of like the wind whipping and like Valterra's I was like, hey! And Niall's just like sitting at the entrance like
It's exactly that. It's a picture of Niall, and then behind him you just see me like up in the top.
like anime style, the arms doing this. Yeah.
Wow, that's great. No, I'm basically just trying to discern scale color if I recognize the clothing, if it looks like the description of the female dragonborn that Niall gave us.
Got it. Okay, so you see there's a few kind of leather scraps that seem to be clothing, and there's a couple of parts of the scales on the surface of the skin that are still exposed that are white. Your best guess is this is probably a dragonborn. Excuse me, a dragonborn from the village.
Okay.
More of like a kind of like a humble monk living on a secluded mountain look.
Okay.
All right. The other three. You approach this large altar, and again to kind of give you a little bit of a reminder of what you're seeing. It's carved. It's hard to, it doesn't totally show it here on the map, but basically it's carved directly into this kind of concave basin of the wall. It's kind of it reminds you a little bit of the mosaics, but this is like actual carved stone. But it's a similar situation where there is basically a scene in front of you. The two large figures stand tall, kind of at the top of the carving, um, with their arms kind of stretched down like this, and then along the bottom, you see carvings of what you assume to probably at this point you're kind of like tuning in, right? It are probably different members of the steward races, with their arms sort of like reaching up, kind of like this.
Are they asking for uppies?
I don't know. I don't know how you interpret art.
Uppies.
Are they actual like stone hands? Like they were holding the sword before it fell down and broke?
It does not appear that way. I mean, the hands do kind of like come out of the wall,
Mm-hmm.
like this. But based on your just looking at it, it's probably not.
Does it
It probably won't.
does it look like the sword was was placed here like this, or does it look like this was not purposeful in its placement?
It's pretty. What's the word? I guess like askew is probably the best word that comes to
Sure, it
mind.
doesn't look
Intentional.
Not particularly.
okay.
No.
Is there anywhere around that looks like where the sword would have laid, lied,
You want to do a little bit of
lied,
investigation?
load?
Yeah. Give me investigation.
Oh, that's not good. I'm not investigation man.
Well, then you shouldn't have investigated.
Their face shouldn't have investigated. Got him. Plus 0, so that's a 13.
Okay. Yeah. Looking around, you don't see any like reliefs or I'm forgetting all the terms now, but like to make a long story short, it doesn't look like the sword necessarily
Came from
was
this, yeah.
centered in this space.
I'm gonna try to rearrange the pieces so that I can kind of like just sort of reassemble them in a way, like fit them together like puzzle pieces, and maybe straighten them up underneath this like altar fresco looking thing.
Sure. And I'll just do. I mean, this was I was doing the map on Incarnate, and then I'm like doing it on Roll20 to get the size of everything. The sword is not quite that big.
Okay,
The
I was
scaling
wondering.
the scaling is a little bit off once I put it in here to kind of
Is it like the same size as like the other swords we saw in the armory, or is it larger than that?
It's a little bit larger than that, but it's more on par
Okay.
with that than it
So
is
like
a sword that is 5 times the length of all of you.
I don't know. There could be
Well,
some big
Elaine,
ass angel.
yeah, Elaine, we have to get the sword fixed for you.
I I'm very flattered. I don't know if I would be very effective with this. It's pretty big, but it would be cool. I
It's
just
perfect.
Just Elaine playing
it is
Dark Souls.
beautiful. It's a shame it's all broken. Will you
It
help me just
is.
piece it together just so that it
Of
I
course.
don't know.
It's a great idea.
Yeah, you take a little bit of time, but the pieces do come together into a semblance of an outline of a sword, broken as it is.
Well, it doesn't seem like this originated here. It's almost like the sword was brought into this room as part of some sort of ritual of some kind. I don't know.
Davina can yes, Davina can heat metal. We might be able to put this back together.
Oh, Dev,
Davina,
Yeah.
can you melt the sword back together?
Wow.
oh,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I'll
Uh,
pull some
Okay.
like gold coins that I keep in reserve for repairing my face out of my pocket so she can like kintsugi it back together. Yeah.
I, I'm gonna do the dad thing and be like, actually, I wouldn't recommend using gold. It's a very soft metal, so if you're gonna be
It's
hitting things,
ornamental. This the sword appears ornamental now.
I want to try and like look behind this statue, see if there's space behind it, or no, it's like it's melded into the stone, right? It's not
Yeah,
like
we
a
can go take a closer look if you want.
yeah. Try and see if there's like if there's anything behind or if there's anything we're not seeing.
Yes. So we'll start with you. So you go up to the surface of this thing, and as you get a little bit closer, you do recognize that there is basically a seam running all the way down straight through the middle of the carving. It starts all the way at the top and kind of works
Oh.
its way all the way down.
Guys, I found a door.
Right? How do we open it?
And then
I'm
Davina, sorry, go
Mm-hmm.
ahead.
I was gonna say I'm not the smart one. You guys figured out.
Thank
Um,
you.
and then Davina, you cast heat metal on the sword.
Mm-hmm.
The individual pieces, they're they lie kind of like scattered and broken on the ground. They start to glow a bright red as they're heated to super hot temperatures.
I'll just pick pieces up and like hold them together.
I'll do
Like
the
those
same with
ceramic
Elaine.
porcelain. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna grab. Well, it makes sense for Elaine, but yeah, you're just gonna grab some hot metal with your bare hands.
Yeah, Jess, Jess,
No, you
Je-
have to
I
lie down.
are you touching the metal,
Lie
Jess?
down.
I said I did, so I'm gonna be like,
Jesus Christ.
All right.
okay, Elaine, this is better for you.
Davina, roll
Elaine,
your
me. Oh my God, you're gonna make me roll heat metal damage.
2d8.
Oh my God.
Oh,
Okay.
Jess, you never
Yeah, no,
learn. Jess never learns.
Okay, that's
enough on
9
enough.
damage.
All right,
I'm gonna
Violet.
look at I'm gonna look at Violet with me with my metal arm and Elaine with her metal hands, and I'm just gonna look at Violet and be like, "Dude, come on! Like, what's with you? You're
You're
being
a
so funny."
literal child. Did no one teach you not to touch the stove?
I don't have metal hands.
No, you
No.
don't.
9 points of fire damage, Jess.
Not yet.
Yeah. Sal, I need you focused. You're not with
Wait,
us today.
if
I don't know what's going on, but I need you to snap out of it. I need you to focus.
if Davina went over there, I probably would not be by myself and would have followed her. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand and just hold that shit together with Mage Hand.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, Violet. I got this.
Bring you
Yeah,
guys
Of
over
I'll
course you
cast
do.
Mage Hand and
Of course you do.
hopefully just hold the pieces together as we piece of it.
All right. So
I forgot I was over there. Sorry.
the pieces now come together, and it's not quite as shattered as this. There's only one like image stamp on Incarnate, so like that's what you got. There's really a few pieces, and so as you bring them together, with them glowing hot, with the kind of like the ceramic metal that's starting to fill in the gaps a little bit, eventually the spell does start to wane, and so the metal starts to cool, and it does kind of come together now in a semblance of one full sword. It's clunky, and you're not even 100% sure exactly how well it would hold up in a fight. But at the moment, it is still holding itself together in one solid shape of a sword.
Awesome. Can I?
Hey,
Is it? What?
no, I was gonna say, Rockman, can you walk through rocks? I can't remember.
Not like through them. No.
Okay, so you can't meld with stone.
No, I merge with stone, which is different.
All right, Elaine, where do you think this goes?
Well, I think it has something to do with the door. Does this like? I don't know. I'll poke around. I also want to do. I want to look for like. Is there a place where a statue should be holding something, or any kind of like a suit of armor, a warrior icon, anything that would give me an idea of like where could this fit?
As soon as Elaine says, I think the sword is the key, I start looking as well, helping her out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Ditto.
I'm just kicking the statue.
I'm tracing the line of the door.
Well, I can take investigation checks then from whoever's looking, and if it's Elaine doing it with advantage because Davina's helping, that's fine too.
I did my job.
Pretty good. Okay, my investigation isn't excellent, but overall it is a 15.
Not bad.
Oh no, 16. I don't have a negative to that. Awesome. Okay, cool. 16.
Okay. You're looking around, and Elaine is wondering to herself, does this go to a suit of armor? Does it go to some sort of like holding place? Um, you look around, it does not seem, there's nowhere that immediately jumps out to you where this is, like, there's no slot where this is supposed to go. You don't see the armor, you don't see any sort of, same thing, like, you don't see any sort of like motif within the wall or something like that that would hint that that's where it goes. What you find interesting is where it has fallen and where it rests. Almost as if it's not so much where it's placed, it seems that this was potentially used and then discarded.
Used to pry open the door or something?
Hmm.
That you're not 100% sure. But what you can gather basically is that there's a good chance it was probably involved in some sort of something was done here and then discarded to the ground.
Okay. Okay. I don't feel smart enough for this. This is tricky. Okay.
Can I get any sort of insight into any previous knowledge I might have of arcane mechanisms that might use something like this?
Sure. I will for that. Let's say I would say probably Arcana
Okay.
for that one.
I'm gonna use dad knowledge and my knowledge from reading books like the fantasy version of the Da Vinci Code, and I'm gonna like walk up to like the torches on the side and like pull the torches to try and see if it's a stupid fake switch thing.
I love the idea of Jasper like hanging out with his bros, being like, "Did you see the Da Vinci Code? I fucking love Dan Brown's a genius, man." All right, you go ahead.
Only a 10 on my Arcana check.
Okay, you go and you pull torches. One clatters down to the ground. The other
Obviously, it's
torch,
the other one.
you pull it. It doesn't budge. It's kind of like wedged in there pretty good. You go and you like pull it. Like, this is it. This is the one. You yank it.
Well,
Violet is gonna look over and be like, "Well, I think that's enough for today," and she's just gonna sit down with her burnt hands and be like, "All right, Jasper's got it, everyone. He's on it.
Oh,
We got this." Just gonna
well,
put my head in my
doing that,
hand.
there's
I'll heal
Hold on one.
Violet.
Okay, yeah, you can do that. You can roll for that.
Yeah. I'll do lay on hands, so I'll just give her 9 points. It was 9 damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Would you
don't
look at it?
touch my
Elaine.
face.
Would you just look at it?
All right, Valterra.
You're an angel.
Valterra.
Oh, just an automaton.
You're trying to recall what you know about arcane locks, anything like that. It's hard. This is an ancient structure. Um, but as you continue to look at the carvings and like the way that this whole thing is set up, you do get the sense that there is some sort of arcane requirement involved here. It's kind of what your gut is telling you, even if you're not 100% sure exactly how it works in this scenario.
The gem? gem be useful?
Is there any spot where there might be a place for the gem?
No, I mean that's like it's the carvings are kind of how I described it. There's not like
Yeah.
a slot.
What if we tickle? What if we tickle the statue with the feather?
Wait. You mean my feather?
Yeah.
You mean the feather
You
that
mean
you're not
my
like the big soft technicality? We're not getting into that now. You mean the feather that you don't really like having at all? To just whip it out and play with it in the place that it came from?
Yeah.
Wait.
Whip it out and
I
play
heard
with
it.
it, Davina.
I heard it.
Whip it out and play with it.
Okay, Jasper's giving consent. Val, what do we think?
Enthusiastic, affirmative consent.
So you were saying I get the feeling that there's some sort of arcane mechanism that will open this, but I don't know what it is. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, pretty more or less. Like it's not so much as necessarily a physical apparatus as there's probably some sort of part of that.
And the sword we think may or may not be a part of it. We're not sure. That's kind of what I'm getting.
with my head in my hands and be like, Kiva, Kiva,
Yes.
can you do any mumbo jumbo here to get us through this door? Are you familiar with any of these arcane locks?
She scoffs a little bit at the idea of like mumbo jumbo. She's like, if you mean my manipulation of the quintessence, I don't know. Maybe it's hard to say what this could be, but the images that are carved here are very striking to me.
What do they make you think of?
It's reminiscent of the scene that we saw in the hall. These two beings, seemingly arms opened, giving, sharing, or receiving themselves, and the steward races, arms raised, pushing out to them. Something is exchanged.
Oh, that's a good question. Does it look like they're like reaching for something, or does it look like
Elaine, what if you offer the sword to this being statue
I could
in the
try.
same manner?
And then, so to answer
Yeah.
your question, um, Jasper, forgot your name for a second.
fuck you.
Sorry. The beings, the two beings up top seem to have like their arms out like this, whereas the other the other beings down at the bottom, it's not that they're like shielding themselves, but it's like they're pushing something
Up.
up.
Okay. I will pick up the sword.
Well, hold on. It exploded clearly the last time this was done, so maybe we stand back and mage hand it? Just so no one
Recommend don't
Be
touch
there.
things.
just so no
I
one
recommend that.
gets sword exploded, you know?
It seems like maybe something that you have to offer, but we can try it with Mage Hand and see if it works.
To me, it feels like this is broken just because it was forced. I don't know, but
All right. I'm going to stand back. I'm going to walk over behind this behind this wall and like peek, just like keep watching but like from around the wall so that if any shrapnel goes boom, I know get hit by shrapnel.
if
I
it
can
doesn't
stand
work, I
30
have
feet.
another idea.
Oh, go ahead.
What if it isn't just this sword specifically, but just something of value? Like, what if we have to literally offer something? I'll give it
Well,
a
we can
try
try
with
that.
this, but if it doesn't work, I can offer something else.
Sure.
I agree, Elaine, and I mean, I don't know, just going on what Kiva said earlier, like Crux's life and these beings, you know, defend Crux, or it was really a part of their who what they were. So I think maybe it has to be something Crux imbued as well. I don't know.
I love Crux. Crux
I'm
is
gonna
my
stand.
life.
I'm gonna stand back 30 feet from the statue around here. I'm gonna have everybody else come back with me. And I will use Mage Hand to kind of offer, like, raise the sword up in front of the statue. See if that
How
works.
much can Mage Hand lift?
Up to
10
10
pounds?
pounds.
Up to 10 pounds?
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing research on how heavy swords typically are. And like the old claymores, the huge claymores were usually about 5.5 pounds. So I figure even if this is like a bigger version of that, it might be somewhere around there. But it's up to you as the DM.
I'll say it's fine. Um,
It's not gonna work
right, so
anyway, guys. It's fine.
you all stand back. The purplish blue mage hand of Eltera inches its way forward, lifts the sword up off the ground, and holds it right in front of the statues. Nothing immediately happens. What you do then start to notice, Velterra, is the sword remains in place. The mage hand itself starts to kind of like do this,
We have
Mhm.
and it
defeated magic.
and it like it starts like make its way towards the wall before it dissipates and the sword clatters to the ground.
I pull out the pith stone gem that Niall gave us, and I hand it to Veltar, and I said, "Here, try this."
I'll recast Mage Hand and carry the gem and try to essentially touch the gem to the statue with the Mage Hand. If it doesn't get disrupted before then.
Okay, so you hold the gem. The mage hand floats over to the side of the wall, and you're trying to basically like touch the gem to the wall.
Yeah.
Okay. As you do, as the gem touches the wall, the eyes of the two beings at the top very faintly start to glow
Shoot you guys with laser
before
beams.
before the hand starts to like do this again, and it drops to the ground. And the pith
It's like a
gem
never-ending story.
now sits much darkened as well,
But no door open.
but nothing.
Ah,
Damn it!
I
I know what the DM's doing, but Jasper
I
does not.
yeah. I'll go
ah,
up to it.
I'm gonna walk up to
with
the
you.
gem. You're gonna go with me, Elaine?
I'll go with you. I have another idea too of things I can offer.
Okay. And I try what Vel did with the gem myself.
Just put it against the wall.
Yeah.
So I was what I was trying to hint at too was that the gem kind of has like when it's charged, it has a little bit of like a lucidity to it.
That's gone.
That it is now dark.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
so I think the gem is
batteries out.
fizzled.
Give the statue the feather.
no.
Yes.
I look back at Vel.
It's magic and
What
shit.
happens if I what happens if I just walk up to the statue, put my hand on it, and cast Eldritch Blast?
Yeah, I'm gonna put all of my lay on hands points into it.
I was
I'm gonna
trying
cast
to avoid using our resources.
It's what they want.
I will try to send two psionic daggers, two of my psychic daggers next to.
Okay, well hold on, because like what there's a lot going at this wall. What's the order of operations
Mhm.
here? Because I mean, Belle's in the wall. You're throwing knives at it. Like, what's the
I'm
what are
gonna
we
walk
doing?
up, put my hand on it, and just cast Eldritch Blast, like just to instill some sort of arcane something into it and see what happens. It's a more of an experiment for me than anything.
Okay. Velterra, you go up, you touch the wall. This is the first time that you've made contact with the wall.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Uh-oh.
As your hand makes contact, there is a slight buzzing feeling that you feel in your hand. What strikes you instantly is this is the same buzzing feeling that you normally feel in the back of your skull when Vol is awakened and beginning to talk to you. As you go to cast Eldritch Blast through your hand, somehow an explosion does not happen. This is normally a blast of energy. It is almost like the wall immediately absorbs it. Instead of a blast, it is more of like an eldritch pulse. And a wave of purple energy comes out of your hand and it ripples up the wall. And as it ripples up the wall, the creases in between the different parts of the carvings hold that glow. There is now a purple kind of hue emanating from all around this statue. These carvings, I mean. And they sort of trace their way through, and they're like tracing the different parts of the creatures and the beings and the wings of the celestials and all this other stuff. And they make their way up, tracing the bodies of these two beings until they once again arrive at the eyes, which now glow bright purple. There is a slight hum, and then it's sort of like as stone starts to move.
Yay!
And straight down the middle, this carving, this motif on the wall slowly opens and opens and opens, revealing a staircase leading up.
Go, go, go. We don't know how long this is going to last.
We do have stairs.
I'm
Excellent.
confident that was gonna work.
I'm going to be urgent about it. Like, I don't know how long this is going to last, so let's get in there.
We run.
Yeah.
I get up as quickly as I can and follow folks in.
We're going.
All right, then
We go.
I'm going to remember how I do this. Remember how I do this. This part. Okay. So
Real quick, when that was kind of reacting with me, was there any similarity to when I had my accident? The kind of so there's the kind of tingling that I get from Vol, and then there's like the charge that I felt, almost like when lightning's about to strike. When I was like right before the accident, was it anything like that, or just more akin to like Voltron communicate?
it was very similar. So much so that you had a split second of PTSD almost that came with it.
Okay, that's what I figured. Okay, I'm definitely gonna be. If everybody's rushing in, there's a minute where I'm standing at the opening before going through, so I'll end up at the back of everybody as they go through.
I will lead the pack because I don't know what's on the other side, but in case there's something that's threatening.
Okay.
Oh,
Zed,
that is...
Look, you opened the door. Come on. Come on.
I don't like that.
You okay?
That
Yeah,
is a
no, of
dead
course.
celestial for shy.
And you climb.
Oh no.
All right. So, as you climb the stairs, you arrive inside what seems to be a huge hall of some kind. To your left, you can see gigantic marble columns, pillars, laced with, gilded with gold that dance down all of the pillars. Over up on the right is another kind of small altar. But then what really catches your attention is directly in front of you is a very large, not humongous, but a large desiccated corpse of some sort of a humanoid creature with wings.
Are there feathers on the wings?
Are you going closer to investigate?
Nope.
Yes.
I am.
I'll push.
Okay. Violet, you make your way over.
Violet, what did we say?
I'll stick with her. I'll make sure she doesn't.
Chaos agent. Chaos agent.
Did I say sit there and look stupid? No, I said I cast fireball.
Okay.
While she walks up, I'm hyper aware of the feather in my pocket. Does it feel any different or?
Yes, it does.
Oh.
Like what?
There is a static, almost, that seems to be emanating from the feather as soon as you enter this hall.
Vel. Something not great is happening. Violet, don't take another step.
As you say that, you kind of look
I
back at
pause.
me, and I'm still
Oh
just kind of
wow.
like, you look back, I'm kind of like
Dev.
looking over my shoulder back down the stairs, kind of not really paying attention.
There is
What?
another
Vel,
I had-
sound.
Vel.
Mm-mm. What sound? No. I don't like it.
The doors at the base of the stairs are now closing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Belle, can you stop that? Can you stop that?
I'm gonna let out an
No.
eldritch blast at it just out of reaction as it starts to close.
It hits the stone. A little bit of the stone does chip ever so slightly, but it continues moving.
I'll turn and look back to Davina. What's going on? I'm sorry.
Uh,
We'll deal with that.
well, so, okay. The feather's reacting right now. I haven't touched it. It's still in my pocket, but something's going on with it.
What does it feel like?
Uh, like energy, I guess.
Well, I can't
Static, I guess.
can't say I'm surprised. Can't imagine there's a shortage of that around here. Can I do
If
a
I
quick?
take a step towards the body, does the feather like react?
Not dramatically, no. It's more of kind of still that slight static.
Okay.
Now that nothing has immediately happened, Violet's gonna like unfreeze, but I'm not gonna move any closer to the creature. Dev, what's going on?
Something with the feather. I don't know. What else is what? Looking around the room, is there like anything else other than the columns and the body that we notice?
Yeah, so all the way here on the end is a huge gilded door that seems to it's you're a distance away, but there seems to be sort of like runes and markings and carvings all around it, and it's this like very like extravagant, opulent door at the end. It almost seems like the columns are framing it a little bit.
Okay. Does anything in the room look like recently disturbed? Like I got to imagine if this place is as ancient it is, there's a bunch of dust on the ground. Like, are there any footsteps? Does it look like the circle was here recently? Is what I'm getting at. Did they make it
Yes,
this far?
that is a great question. Yes, so there is there is again, like it's not something I can really put on the map, but there are bits of like debris, dust, little rock kind of piles and rubbles that are kind of spread out all over the place. In fact, this pillar here has a little bit of a chunk that's missing from the bottom of it, and there's like a pile of rocks kind of like right next to it, like a pile of debris.
Does it look like there was a battle here recently?
It's hard to say for sure. It's not out of the question.
Does the celestial body look recently deceased? I don't.
Are you gonna go? You're gonna go check that as well.
I am
I'm
readying
I'm
an
inspecting
action.
it.
I'm readying an action to shoot anything that is not in our party.
I'm gonna slowly walk around the celestial, just like with eyes on it looks like? What do I see?
Okay. It is it's a desiccated corpse. It's very, very dry. It is very decomposed. Um, there's like traces of kind of leathery skin that are left on it. Most of its wings have now pretty much gone skeletal. Um, there are a couple of dry, kind of shriveled feathers that poke off in a couple of places, but that's pretty much excuse me, the extent of it.
Okay. I'll relay that to the group. Looks pretty dead.
I'm gonna back myself closer to the corner.
Okay.
Davina,
Yes.
what if we give the feather back?
Oh,
That's what I was saying, bro.
Sal,
Yes.
thoughts? If we give the feather back?
To this dead celestial that can't use it anymore?
Well, it
All
looks
these
like
other
that's been
feathers
dead for
are
a
shriveled
while.
up. Right.
I say
What
we
use do
vote.
they have for it?
I say we vote. I vote give it back.
But give it back to who? This celestial?
Yeah, put it on its body, see what happens. I vote put the
Well,
feather on the body.
Is this
Well, let's hold on. Let's take a minute. Let's figure this out. I mean, obviously the feather came from somewhere. Someone,
Well,
something.
This side
it
over
could do one of
here.
two things.
What is that over on the other side, Theo?
It's another smaller altar that seems to have those same two beings. This time without any of the steward races. Um,
Relatively undisturbed, though.
yeah.
What about this thing?
The problem is
Table, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like a large, just kind of like I'm trying to think of the best word for it. Yeah, it's like a slab, like a big kind of decorated slab.
Does it look like it's a sarcophagus?
I mean, from where you're standing, it's hard to tell.
I walk a little closer.
I mean, you're all the way over here.
I
So
know. I'm gonna walk back over here.
okay.
Be able to
We'll
see
start
it.
walking over there.
it's
Okay.
just in scenario one, everything is fine and this dead celestial or whomever's with us right now will be like, oh, thank you so much for returning this item that someone else stole. Okay, that's scenario one. Scenario two is we awaken some wrath of these creatures who think we stole it
And
originally.
scenario 3, it comes to life anyway, and we have the feather, and they think we stole it. And
just saw something.
Big
and
chungus.
Velterra just got really fat real quick.
I don't know how the fuck that happened. I'm so sorry. Continue. Sorry, this is an important conversation.
I just think we're in a lose scenario here. It's not looking great for us. So
Yeah.
I just think we should hold on to the feather.
No, I think the opposite. I think if it's lose-lose, at least offer it back. That way they don't think we stole it. We have a better chance of them not thinking we stole it if we give it back than if we pretend not to have it. I know you like it, but like, sorry, we have bigger fish to fry than you liking something. You've gotten plenty of loot from our adventures together. You can give up the feather.
Jasper, were you going to
While
investigate that slab?
What?
Is that what you were doing up there? You were going up to see the slab, right?
Yeah, I don't want to touch it. I just want to see what it get
No,
little.
just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the slab doesn't really look like a sarcophagus. It's more. It's hard to tell exactly what it is. It seems to be some kind of like centerpiece here within.
Sacrificial altar?
I don't know.
It's
While
Jasper, I get it.
Jasper is
I come back.
Okay.
while the two of them are talking and Jasper's looking at the sarcophagus, I'm gonna walk kind of towards the door.
Mm-hmm.
That's more what I'm drawn to, but I'm gonna keep my back to the room and them. I'm gonna pull out the feather and just look at it.
Would you
Okay.
just look at it?
As you get closer to the door, the static on the feather seems to grow even more intense.
And I. Ooh.
It goes from being a static to what almost it's like it's not a sound, but it's like if you imagine what a humming feels like, that is the sensation that you're getting from the feather.
You have autism now. You can hear the electricity.
Um. Okay, yeah, I tune them out and I continue walking closer to the door with the feather.
When
in
I
front
see
of me.
Dev walking to the door, I'm gonna just slowly trail behind, keeping eyes on everything around us.
I
Okay.
stay where I am.
So, yes, as you're getting closer to the door now, you're also able to see that kind of all around it is writing, um, in some sort of old, super old language, written all
Would you
across.
say primordial?
No.
Would you say that there's writing on the
Elvish.
wall?
Can I do a ritual comprehend languages?
Well, is it celestial?
Wait, let me see.
by any chance? It's celestial. I can read celestial.
Do you go over with her?
I'll go.
Do I recognize it as celestial though? Would I?
It's it's a little bit of an older version of celestial. You to the point where you don't recognize it necessarily right away, but it is
But like with
comprehensible.
my studies or something, I could say, oh, it's celestial and bring Elaine over.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Elaine joins you at the door.
I'm keeping my eye on the desiccated corpse. I don't
What does
trust
it?
it.
That's good. Good call. Good call.
So written
Elaine, what does it say?
here, you know what? I'm gonna send it to you, Elaine, so you can read it to the group.
Yes. Ah, hell yeah.
Ooh.
I'm
Yeah, I mean, Jack,
A dramatic reading.
Theo,
I
I'm
like.
readying my action. If that corpse moves at all, I'm putting 2 bullets in its head.
Okay, well, I was gonna say, as you're keeping an eye on it, I'm heading over towards it, and I'm just like, just reaching out to it, just seeing if like there's any of that like similar tingling feeling that I get from it, or if it's kind of inert. I guess is my question. Doesn't have to be right now, but that's
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the door reads, "From the darkest of lies and the highest of highs did the father and mother rise. The seat of their gifts is open to you, children of the skies."
Okay, now.
It's very woo woo.
Lies and highest of highs. Hmm.
Maybe place the feather on the door? Or touch the door? We have to prove that we're celestial to get through.
Hey Kiva, you know anything about this father mother mumbo jumbo?
a few people in mumbo jumbo.
Yeah, she scoffs at that again, and she says, "If you want my help, you must stop disparaging the knowledge that I bring to this
I'm
moment."
not disparaging it. I just don't understand it.
You, of all people, elf, should understand the significance
I understand the
It's a community,
significance.
right?
I just don't get it. I apologize. I won't call it mumbo jumbo again. Are you okay with woo woo?
No. But to answer your
Yes.
question regardless, the father and mother could be referring to the two creator beings that we have seen referenced throughout the Citadel.
Okay.
Makes sense. The steward races, the first creatures to be born and walk on Zholmyr, would refer to their creators as father and mother.
And one's good and one's bad. One's something high, one's about lies.
I wouldn't know. This is the first I've heard of differentiation, potentially, between the two.
Elaine, read it one more time.
From the darkest of lies and the highest of highs did the father and mother rise. The seat of their gifts is open to you, children of the skies.
Hmm.
I don't know what it wants.
Assuming that it's saying that you have to be a celestial to access the seat of power,
Mhm.
which seems like a given,
Exactly.
but if I get closer to the door with the feather, does it do anything?
Yeah, the humming
Mhm.
intensifies more as well.
I'm telling you,
Is
just
there
let's bring
like
the
a
feather closer. Don't let it go.
and there's no like door, it's like a sealed door, right? There's no like door handle. Is there any like
I'm gonna yell back to Jasper and Belle and be like, "You guys should be right behind us. I think the door is gonna open, but only with us next to Davina and the feather."
How
Come on.
far?
I'm still kind of reaching out to the body of the celestial that's over here. I'm just trying to get a gauge for
I'll
what's.
stay where I'm at. I can dash in if I need to. I'm gonna have both of my guns, one pointed at the celestial and one pointed at the altar, because I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't like it.
Yeah,
Holding
since
my
I'm right next
action
to
to
the altar,
shoot either of them.
can I use a perception on what's on the altar? Look around a little bit.
I mean, you're all looking around. Yeah, the top is,
Yeah.
is empty. It's a slab.
It's empty.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Velterra, you're looking down at the corpse of this creature. You're studying it not just in terms of what you see, but what you're feeling with it as well. It's hard to tell if it's just because the room that you're in, the place that you're at, or if it's the creature in front of you itself. The buzzing has not died.
Do I notice Vel looking off? Yeah.
I'm not hiding it.
You okay, Vel?
I don't know.
I'm gonna take that as the last word of that sentence.
What is? I'll look over. What's Davina doing right now?
I think I'm reaching out to the door more out of curiosity than try to open it. And I'll put my hand on it.
Okay. Davina puts her hand on the door. The feather becomes white hot on your person, Davina. The door, same as before, down below, begins to pulls itself open slowly, and then seems to kind of like stop for a little bit before the white light that had been radiating off of the door begins to change. What started as this sort of radiant energy that seems to come to life when you holding the feather touched the door, now goes black. And a chill begins to creep out from the door. there is a loud shriek,
Oh,
and then bursting through the door, you all see
I shoot it. I said I was holding my action.
this.
What is this? Oh my lord! Oh my gosh, gold feathers!
No, 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 no,
Oh.
no,
I shoot it.
no, no. I'm
And
losing my mind.
we're gonna roll some
Wait.
initiative.
I get my shot off. I said I was holding my action.
I got you, but we still need to roll
Okay.
initiative for everybody.
That's
I hear
fine.
you, don't worry.
Okay.
Also, my hand movements are confusing everyone in the lobby.
24.
Oh, this is great.
No.
So with that, we are going to switch over to potentially my favorite combat music that I have found yet.
Oh,
Very excited.
my crux. Oh, my crux.
Oh, this is boss battle now, baby. Here we go.
I'm just imagining that
Alright.
final scene from Castlevania with the. Oh my god.
Oh,
Did you find this art somewhere, Theo, or did you get some
I
random?
made it! Like, I didn't draw it. I AI'd it. It was mid-journey, but I couldn't believe, like, the prompt that I put in took me only a couple tries before it spit out, and I was like, that's exactly what I fucking wanted. That's exactly what I wanted.
Theo, did you type in beefy angel feather?
yeah.
Now. Now.
Dark angel beefcake with like a dark side.
It's just
Yeah.
Daniel Boyas from
Feather
Buffy the Vampire
Castle
Slayer.
Daddy.
It's Shadow Daddy.
Golden
Alright.
feathers.
Read those, Jasper, you said yours, what was it?
24.
24.
I have 15.
15.
Oh,
I have 19.
19. Vel?
11, which is probably accurate since I'm way in the back and distracted.
Fitting. Violet?
Zoning out.
oh, I have to roll again. Oh, that was better. 9 total.
9.
I guess I should travel with 2 sets of dice so that I can ban one if needed.
Yes, literally.
Lesson learned.
Where's my initiative? Okay. Alright, so hold on, let me go ahead and get this set up here. Let's bring out this bad boy.
I'm scared.
And he is
Oh.
this size.
Oh, he's huge.
No, he's just.
Alright. Well,
He's so beautiful.
Just large.
Jasper, you were top of the order anyways, but you were going to do this regardless, so
So
it all worked out.
Oh, boo. I don't get a surprise round?
No, that's not how surprise rounds work.
Well, I know, but I was holding my action to shoot it. Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
and you technically, like, you triggered initiative by
Fine.
shooting it, and you're the first to take action.
Fine. I don't get extra shots. It's
Damn
fine.
it, Jasper. Okay.
Alright.
Oh no.
19 on the first shot.
19 on the first shot. Hits.
Cool. Second shot. Ooh, that one's not as
Lane
good.
could have tried to talk to it, but instead we just.
17 on the second shot.
17 does not hit.
Okay.
Oh.
19 damage.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
fucking loop it. Yes, I did.
You don't need to do the sound effect in Opus, and also you do the sound effect.
Oh shit, you're right!
But I love it. I love the dedication.
That's so true, I did not even realize it. I feel like I've done that every time.
You have.
Damn.
Alright, so what's the damage on that, Jasper?
Total of 19.
Alright, 19. You notice in a similar fashion to the birdie birds, the deergulls, as you call them, the bullet strikes, but it does not seem to impact this creature as you would have hoped a bullet fully impacting a creature would do. Alright. Next up is Elaine.
Awesome. Has it been over an hour since the last combat? concentration is still active on
Yes,
my next one.
ma'am. Yes,
So let's
ma'am.
go. Let's freaking go. Okay, cool.
God.
I will. Let's freaking go. First though, I will try to speak to it in Celestial. And I'll tell it, we are not your enemy. What is it that you want?
Okay. Maybe it'll respond on its turn. Maybe not.
All right, we'll see. Okay. In that case, I will try to swing at it. That die I don't trust. It makes me nervous. Okay. She said it. We're not your enemy. You scared us, okay? We were freaked out for good reason. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on one sec. Hold on one sec, Miss Elaine.
Uh-oh.
I'm
Uh-oh.
sorry. I'm
Uh-oh.
reading what
Uh-oh.
this creature does. You are within 30 feet of this creature.
Oh no.
Don't do this. What's up?
I need a wisdom saving throw from you.
Okay. Nat 20. Let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Okay. Alrighty.
You don't fall in love with
Okay,
Shadow Daddy.
like that. Okay. Alrighty, so I talked to it. I'm gonna try to swing at it. Does a what is 20 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, cool. 2d6 to slash at it. Okay, so 8 slashing damage on the first
And it is
attack.
magical.
And it's
That is
magical.
magical.
Yes. I'm gonna
Very nice.
swing at it again. And that's a 21 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. That is 6 more magical slashing damage.
Nice.
I'm trying to decide about smite. I'm gonna hold on to smite. I need my spells. I don't have many spell slots. But let me see. Oh, what I can do. I want to keep its attention on me. Let me see. No. Okay, I talked to it. I'm gonna save that. So difficult to decide what to do here. Okay, I'm holding on to the rest of my magic stuff. But I did 2 hits. I chopped to it. We'll see what happens next.
Alrighty.
Oh, can I try to push Davina out of the way? Soccer
Push
mom
me,
arm.
girl. Push. Push it real good.
Yes. Go ahead.
I want to get her out of the threatened range of this thing without it getting an attack of opportunity on her. So.
Smart.
I see Elaine do this, and I willingly let her do it.
You're like,
Take me.
I rolled a nat 20 to push her, I guess. So. So I just.
You go
yeet.
crawling.
So we'll say that sends
Did
you
you
probably
say
like.
soccer mom?
Yeah, soccer
I'll
ball.
say that sends you like here behind the pillar, Davina.
Yeah, perfect.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
I left a gnarly bruise, and I apologize for it, but.
Empty. Yay.
With it.
Ugh.
Alrighty. Well, next up is the creature itself. It sees you standing in front of it, Elaine. It just heard you say, again, you said, we're not here to hurt you. What do you want?
We're not your enemy. What is it you want?
It screams out to you in Celestial in this broken, distorted voice. And it says, save me, set me free. But as it's saying that, it's swinging its flail at you.
Okay.
And it's making an attack roll.
It done did do be corrupted.
That is a 28 to hit.
That hits real hard.
Oof.
That will
That
be.
Wait.
Got him.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled the
Blah.
exact same thing.
That really sucks.
No, you didn't.
I just rolled 2 18s in a row.
Oh, it's a +10. Oh god.
Somewhat,
No.
Davina. Somewhat,
Okay.
you still give
Well,
someone advantage.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Elaine advantage regardless. Damn it.
Hell yeah. Thanks.
Okay. So sorry, that's gonna be
Do your worst.
12 bludgeoning
Oy.
and fuck. 12 bludgeoning and 8 radiant.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
It's going to make a second flail attack against you.
All right. That's good. That's fine. That's good. I like it. Cool.
That is a natural 1. Okay, so well.
Okay.
Wow, Theo, you just can't be stopped, can you? All right. Anyway, Davina, you're up next.
Oh, that's me. Okay. Tell me. Okay, so it's got like these black and gold feathers on it.
Yep.
Do the gold feathers look like the one in my hand?
It's pretty similar.
Hmm. Okay. I am. It's probably. I. Sorry, I thought I knew what I wanted to do. Okay, well, first I'm going to do my bonus action. I'm going to do unsettling words on it, so it has to subtract from its next saving throw.
Okay.
And then as my action, I'm off tucked away behind this pillar. Yeah.
Does she also have to make
I
the
hear
wisdom
it speak
saving throw?
celestial.
Oh fuck, you're right. Sorry.
No, you're
Yes.
good.
Davina, you do need to make a wisdom saving throw. I'm so sorry. Yes.
Oh no.
That's okay. Before or after my turn?
Before when you start your turn.
Okay. 13?
Sorry, I got a million
No.
tabs open.
I like it.
No, that is a fail. So you are charmed by this creature.
Oh. No, 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 no.
You can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns. So you can do it again at the
Okay.
end of your turn. But you can't attack the creature or target it with damaging abilities or magical effects.
No.
Okay, so I
No.
can't unsettling words it.
No. So, sorry.
Okay. Well, no, that helps me out then. Okay, I'm going to cast Comprehend Languages on myself because I hear it speak Celestial to Elaine and I want to help out. And then, since I can't do unsettling words, I will do. I'll give Elaine Bardic as she's trying to speak to it.
Sure.
Trying to persuade it. Okay.
Alrighty. Cool.
That's my turn. I'm gonna stay behind that pillar.
Beautiful. All right, Val, you're up next. Violet, you're on deck.
Oh, wait, do I roll again?
Yes. Sorry. Do you want to attempt your
Yes.
thing again?
Nope. Nope.
Okay.
Oh.
This thing's just standing in the doorway that opens. Is that
At the moment, yeah, because it's wailing on Elaine. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Good.
Okay. So I'm gonna run forward. As I'm running forward, I'm gonna throw 2 Eldritch Blast its way.
Okay.
So anyway, I started blasting.
It's a 16 and 26.
The
What is
26
that from?
16 does not.
It's Always Sunny in
Always Sunny.
Philadelphia.
Wow, another 10. So 17 damage, force
Okay.
damage. But instead of running up to there, as I get to the pillar, I'm actually gonna slide behind it, and I'm gonna post up right here.
Got it.
One more
Alright.
step forward to that one.
This one?
Yep, thank you.
Okay. Beautiful. Anything else from you?
No.
Alright, Violet.
I'm just waiting to see what the fuck's gonna happen.
I heard Elaine shout out in Celestial. So I'm gonna look at this golden being and be like, oh shit. And run and hide behind the altar, like crouch down. And as a bonus action, go into my Vila air of superiority. And I'm gonna start shimmering gold and just like whisper and be like, you're not the only motherfucker who can be gold here, who can shimmer gold here. And then I'm gonna hold. I'm just gonna wait to see if Elaine's able to talk to this creature more. And then I have a mental link with Davina, so I'm assuming that she's going to try to understand it as well so that I can get clued into what the creature is saying.
Okay. I should have asked you at this meeting, I do need you to make a wisdom saving throw as well. You are close enough to it.
Okay.
None of what you did will change because you didn't do anything to target it, so you're still fine.
Okay.
But I do just
my lower number is 16.
Okay, so that's a failure.
It's a failure?
It's a failure.
Oh no. Good thing my dinner is here for emotional support. I'll be right back.
Alright. Well, good thing that you guys are not the only ones fighting this creature.
Oh, yes.
Kiva is going to watch all this unfold, and she's going to say, this is unlike anything I imagined. And she's going to enter into her rage.
She can't be charmed, can she?
No, ma'am.
Hell yeah. Go Kiva.
She's going to enter into her rage,
Girl.
and she's also going to shift into her
Wow,
giant.
wow, wow.
Yep.
That's exactly what a jaguar sounds like. Wow, wow, wow.
But you know what's crazy? It made sense.
You hear exactly what he's going for.
Yeah. So when the kitty goes like, all right. Sorry, I should have. Should have pulled this up sooner. Where is the stat block for
Billy.
for her thingamabob? Oh, where is the raven? There it is. Okay. She is going. What the fuck, dude? All right, I apologize. I should have had that sooner. She's gonna have to use her action to dash anyway, so she's gonna just basically dash all the way up to here. And with that, it will move to the top of the order with Jasper.
I will hold my action to shoot it if Elaine's stuff don't work.
Oh, Jasper, where was your restraint before?
It screeched in your face. That was not a good sound.
Alright, so you are holding your action. In that case, next up would be
If it attacks, essentially. If Elaine, yeah, if it attacks, then I will shoot it.
Okay. Jasper, is your motto shoot first, ask questions later?
Absolutely. Also, actually, before I'm gonna move behind this pillar. Like peek out from behind the pillar.
Yep.
Okay. God, so I don't like this. Okay, so I need to do wisdom save, right? first?
No, now that you have succeeded, you are immune for 24 hours.
Let's freaking go. Okay, I
Let's
thought I
freaking
had
go!
that every time. I was so nervous. Oh god. Okay. Cool.
No, that
Alright.
nat 20 was clutch, girl.
Thank God. Alrighty. Okay, that's super cool. Love that. That's good. I
Love that
will
for me.
ask it. Love that for me. Again, I'll talk to it in Celestial and I'll ask, what did this to you? And then I will try to take 2 more swings on this thing.
Alrighty.
See what happens. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, nat 1 on one of these, but a 26. No, 25 to hit on another.
That'll hit.
So, woo woo. Okay. Slashing damage. Okay, so 8 magical slashing damage.
Nice.
That's looking pretty good. And then I think I had a. Ooh. I have a spell. I should have looked this up. Whoops. Oh dear. Where did I go? Oh no. Oh no. Second level. Hold. Okay, no. I can't do this one. Never mind. Okay. I will wait for its response. Its timely reply. We will see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll hang tight.
Alrighty.
I'm nervous.
They have burgers in France?
Of course they do.
This is a massive pita with fried halloumi cheese, tomatoes, cucumbers, and some veggies. It is very, very good.
That sounds so good.
Also, they have burgers there, yes.
And
Alright.
also, yeah.
And also, yes, they do have burgers. Okay, so hearing your kind of question, Elaine, it's kind of shrieking still, and it just yells out to you, the sickness, the corruption, and it screams. And while in that scream, all of you barely have a chance to react. An explosion of light hits right in the middle as it casts out a radiant strike. And it is essentially going to hit all of you.
Yikes.
Oh, I don't like it.
I need a constitution saving throw from everybody.
And I do get to shoot it. Do I shoot it before or after the con save?
After. You shoot it after its turn. You take its turn after yours. You don't get to interrupt its turn to do your action.
Yeah, I do. It's a reaction. So basically, when it attacks, I use my reaction.
To make one shot then.
No, when you take the attack action, you make 2 shots. It's not I'm not using a bonus action
You're
to make
not
that.
taking the action you
Yes,
Eric, can you help me on this?
when you take the
That's
attack
that's
action, you get
different.
2 attacks.
The way I typically play it is, if you want to hold your action, you can. So he would take the attack action. However, it would cost both his action and his reaction to do it. So he couldn't take a separate reaction if he wanted to.
Yeah.
That turn, essentially.
Got it. Okay.
So like
the way I do it.
the way extra attack reads is when you take the attack action, you may make an additional attack.
Yeah, I mean, so is the official wording that holding your action
You use your reaction.
as your action?
Yeah, so you're
using both.
Yeah, so on my turn, my action is to hold my action. I can't do anything else, and then I use my reaction to then do whatever I said I was going to do.
So he has to give you a specific trigger, which I think you did, right?
I did.
He did.
So there's a specific trigger, and if that trigger doesn't go off, then
I
they
don't
lose
get it.
their action. They don't get to do anything.
Yes.
And they lose their reaction because they're holding it to.
Correct.
They need the reaction in order to trigger the action. So it's a little bit of a risk, but it can also be pretty good.
Got it. Okay. All right. So then, yes, in that case, these will basically happen simultaneously.
Simultaneously,
yeah. Yeah. I would say probably like the screech, knowing that, and then like knowing that the attack is coming, you would get you
Cool.
would get the attacks off.
I'll roll my save first, just in case. Con save. Where is it?
It's
16.
an 18 for me.
18.
I got a
Very
dirty
nice.
Save
20.
plus 6. uh, what's 12 plus 6? 18.
18 points of damage.
What? No, yeah, 18 is my con save.
Oh, okay. Here, let's do your damage first, and
Okay.
then I'll explain the effects because that'll be everybody.
Okay. Does a 18 hit? 13 plus 5.
It does.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
And then the next one is higher. It's a 14. So that's that's my 10 and my 10. 5 and an 8. So that's 13 plus 30 is 43.
Okay.
Halved would be 21.
Yep.
Absolutely not better than in and out. I will fight you.
I've never had it. Never had it in it.
Oh, that'll
Oh my
change
gosh.
when you travel out west.
I also
And further south.
I will yeah, anyway.
Okay, so Jasper gets his shots off. It does hit this creature as it screams, but the light explodes out. What was everyone's con save? Actually, it doesn't matter. I'll just explain what happens. If you rolled lower than a 17, you take 35 points of radiant damage. If you saved, you take half of that, which would be 17.
What about I'm hiding?
Dear
Does that do
God.
anything to help me?
Mm-mm.
I'm hidden behind.
Holy fuck. I literally rolled a 16. I was just so close.
Are you down?
I'm close to it. It's not looking good. It's pretty bleak over
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Oh no! Oh no!
Elaine,
oh, no.
Elaine, you have advantage.
From I got a
Yes.
dirty 20. I'm okay.
From
Yeah,
She's
but
okay.
I know, but you still have to use it from the silvery barbs.
Oh, on my next roll.
It specifically says your next.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I should have used it on my attack last turn. I messed up.
Oh yeah, you should have. Yeah.
Can I do that on my nat 1?
Wait.
Was...
The bardic inspiration is to one ability check. It doesn't have to.
No,
be
not
for action.
bardic.
It's a
Silvery barbs.
Your silvery barbs.
Oh, yes.
My
silvery
nat 1
barbs, yes,
roll
yes.
was the next roll I had made after that. Is it okay?
Yeah. You can go ahead and reroll it. Yeah. See if you get some
Okay.
extra damage in.
No, I did not. I rolled a 4. So.
All right. Well,
So I never lied, right?
Okay. Tried.
the guy's like, I said what I said.
That's what I said.
Sorry to be the rules Nazi.
No, it's important, especially in like a big fight like this. It's good to keep it moving in the right way. All right. Well, Davina, you are up next after that violent explosion of light from the screaming celestial.
Okay, I'm gonna scream because I cast Cumbrian languages, so I heard the last exchange between.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask Elaine, shout out to Elaine, and say, how do we cure it? Ask it how we fix it.
I don't think we can. I'll try.
Okay.
I can purify
I'm gonna
it,
cover
or I
you,
can
and I'm
help
gonna
you.
I'm gonna cover you and do what I did against. What are we calling them? Whatever the last ones, and I'm gonna use Phantasmal Force.
Yes.
Actually, first, I'm gonna Bardic Inspiration myself, and then I'm gonna cast Phantasmal Force on it, and I'm gonna do that same illusion and make it think that Elaine's not there.
Okay.
So
Intelligence saving
it's
throw?
a myself. It is. Wait, let me hear. I think it's an intelligence of 16.
Okay. It does save. It has a 17 on the die.
Damn it. Okay. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't have to protect myself.
I'm sorry. Before any of that, you needed to. You're still charmed.
Oh yes. What save is it? Wisdom.
17 wisdom.
18. Oh.
There you go.
Okay.
You are now immune.
Okay.
She gets hit by a giant explosive ball of light, and she's suddenly, she's like, you know what? You're not so charming anymore, actually. Now that I think about it.
You. First of all. Second of all.
Fuck you.
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
There you go.
How dare you? Okay, so then in that case, I'm not going to do the bardic. I will do the unsettling words on it. Once again.
Okay, there you go.
Oh.
Wait. I'm sorry. Order of operations.
Sure.
I save on the charm effect. Can I do unsettling words?
No, you repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. That one is that's explicit.
Okay. Okay, never mind.
But in that case, you wouldn't have even been able to cast the Phantasmic Force. So if you want to redo that. Okay.
Yes. Okay, so I save, but I save before my turn, so now I can do.
No, so you didn't save at the end of your last turn. Is what I was saying. So you were throughout this whole turn you were charmed. So that roll that you made would actually happen at the end of your turn. Which means that now your next turn you are not going to be limited in anything that you do.
But this turn
you were.
I see. Okay. Okay, then I will throw out another bardic. Elaine, you already have one, right, that you haven't used?
I'm holding on to one.
Okay, I will give one. No.
Would you give it to yourself for the save?
She already saved. I'll let her keep the roll. She already saved.
Oh, okay.
That was my fault for not explaining the order of operations clearly. But yes, she would have made that save this turn.
No, I don't have much I can do, but I will give. I'll give Vel one bardic.
Huzzah!
You're so inspired.
All right. Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Mark.
All right, Vel.
Nope. I was trying to see if there's a way to mark on my character sheet that I have bardic inspiration.
Oh yeah.
If I look back, the thing on the ground still just dead, right? There's nothing going on back there.
Nope.
Can I see behind this thing? Like, did the doors close behind it? Are they still kind of? Did they open all the way?
They open, I'd say, about 3/4 of the way before it kind of burst through.
Is there any glimpse of what's behind it? Or like, just even if it's just empty space that I can see.
If you're looking specifically behind it, you notice that there's kind of like a faint purple glow coming from inside.
It's a good color.
Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run 30 feet up, probably right to about where Kiva is.
Okay. Oh, Erikina.
I'm then going to use my
Tickle.
Fey Touch bonus action Misty Step.
Ooh.
I'm going to attempt to Misty Step to the space behind it into the room.
Okay, I will say, yeah, you probably have, like, view of... How far does Misty Step go?
30 feet.
30 feet? Yeah, you'll get there. All right, so here, I'm going to free you. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I was hovering over my different tabs, and as you were like, I'm going to show you the tab for my character sheet, like, the preview popped up right where that should have been, and I was like, I see my character sheet? Anyway.
All right, so you make it into this room. Here's what's happening, because this is happening instantaneously, so I'm saying it's happening within the 6 seconds of your turn. Valterra, you enter this room. You are instantly... There's an explosion of energy in your brain. I'm trying to think of the best way to describe this. You were in this adrenaline-driven fight. There was this crazy thing happening. You saw that space. You went inside. It was almost like then you immediately were just like, boom. The fight doesn't exist to you anymore. You are in this space. It is an energy that you know extremely, extremely well. Buzzing all around you in its most purest form is the quintessence. It's just in its most natural, raw energy coating this entire chamber. And as you stand there, you sort of like feel this energy pulse inside of you, and Vol takes a step out of your body into the room and turns and kind of looks around and then turns and looks back at you. And it is now Violet's turn.
Vol's turn.
Vol has joined the fight. Oh.
Hang on, real quick. Do I still get an action, or is that it?
Oh, that was a bonus action to do this.
Yeah.
Then yeah, go ahead.
Can I see this thing, or is it like this has all disappeared? I'm now like isolated.
Can you see the creature?
Yeah.
You are not in a state where you are fighting the creature anymore.
Okay.
That's what I'll say. What has happened to your brain in this space, that is in another time, in another place.
I don't know if this is... I just want to look around the room. Is there anything in here?
It's empty. All of the walls are just glowing that purple energy.
And Vol's there in front of me?
Yes.
I'm gonna just reach out my hand to Vol.
Okay. His hand comes out to you as well, but we're gonna wait until the next round to get there.
Okay.
Violet, your turn.
Yep.
What?
How much space is between the creature and the door? Like, in the door frame, how much space is there on either side?
A few feet on either side, I would say. A sliver.
Okay, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm going to bonus action hide. Oh, well, actually, Aline, you're within 5 feet. You're in melee.
Yes.
Awesome. Then I do not need to bonus action hide.
You are still charmed. You have not gotten out of your charm yet either, have you?
Okay, so I'm dazed. You're right. I'm dazed, and I am just like, I'm glowing, and this creature is glowing, and I'm just in a very happy place, obviously. I only rolled a 16. Again, it's a con, right?
No, this one is a wisdom.
Well, remember, it would be at the end of your turn, though.
Right, so if you're doing this, you're ending your turn.
Right, but I can't do anything else, right?
You can't do anything that targets that creature. Or a harmful ability on it.
Harmful effect, yeah.
Okay. Let me see. Mm-mm-mm. Is there anything that would help? I don't think I have anything that would help. No, I'm just gonna stay dazed and confused.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Well, you want to make your save now? Go ahead.
16 plus 3.
For a
19.
total of 19. You're good. You are saved and you are immune to the effects of this creature now. Alright. Well, maybe the thing that snapped you out of this charm was the vicious snarl of the jaguar right behind you as it charges at this creature.
Wow.
Kiva is going to rush forward. She's going to make her first attack against it, and that will be that's a 26 to hit, which means she does 8 plus 6, 14 piercing damage, which does count as magical.
Oh, awesome.
And she will then rear up and make a second attack. Snarling, although...
Nat 20. Nat 20?
Oh.
Yes.
Zholmyr barbs it. Zholmyr barbs it.
Stop hitting yourself.
No nat 20s. I don't care who's rolling.
Stop hitting yourself. Stop hitting yourself.
Oh my god. That is not great. 2 of the 4 dice were ones. So it's still not bad. 11 plus 6, 17 more piercing damage.
Oh, interesting thing that we were doing in my other campaign, just throwing it out there. I'm not saying we should do it, but I thought it was a cool way to do crits. Was you automatically max out 1 die and then roll another die.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so for your rolls, 1 is maximum, and then you roll the next.
And then you get 1 extra.
Just 1 extra? Because like, what if you're rolling like she had this was 2 d8s.
Or you max out whatever the roll would be. You max it out, and then you make another roll. So you basically are rolling it plus whatever the max damage would be on your die roll. I thought it was a cool way to do crit.
I kind of like that. We will have to explore that.
Yeah.
It prevents the crit whiff.
Basically, because a crit should be significant.
You know what I mean?
I
rolled 4.
Yeah. Like crits should be significant. They should feel significant. So I thought that was a cool way to do it. But it was just an idea I was bringing to the table.
I'll allow it.
Jasper,
Thank
you are up
Michael.
next.
Okay. I'm gonna run up behind the pillar.
Okay.
Or behind the altar.
Whoops. Yep.
I'm within 30, but I'm immune to being charmed, so go fuck yourself.
You also did not start your turn.
Either way, I'm immune to being charmed, so go fuck yourself.
You're immune or you have advantage?
You have advantage on abilities that you're not immune to being charmed.
Oh, you're right. I have advantage against
You advantage against
being charmed.
Yeah.
Anyway, now I will shoot it. Post haste. Because talking to it's not working. Post haste, my friend. Mon frere.
Just roll your fucking dice.
No, I will not. I can only talk like this now.
Now you are a Muppet. You became a Muppet. Unreal.
Thank goodness I have my headphone in right now. Praise be.
Fuck the French. I will. I'm gonna use a crux shot. I'm gonna try and poison it.
Okay.
Ha! Yeah, fuck you. 19 on the dice. 24.
A feeling
That'll hit.
it's not gonna work.
The
What?
DM in me is like, there's no way this thing can get poisoned.
Whatever. I'm gonna try.
Respect it.
So it needs to make a DC 16 con save.
13.
It's poisoned.
It is poison.
Wonderful.
Ow.
Then I will rail my damage on that one.
I will roll my damage.
19 on the first shot.
In France, guys.
19 on the first shot.
Okay.
And then ooh, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20 on the second shot.
Oh wait, it was a 9. It was a 9 to hit, not 9 damage.
No, it was 9 damage.
Oh, okay. Now you're rolling a second
Sorry.
shot.
No, sorry. What? No,
You
19.
said you're gonna.
19 damage.
Oh, sorry. Right, but halved. It's 9. Sorry. Okay.
Yes, yes.
That's why I'm sorry. Okay.
Then a nat 20
On the second attack. Okay.
on the second attack.
C'est bon.
Which a 1 on one dice and a 7 on the other, so 8 plus 15 is 23.
Okay. This thing is looking pretty shitty.
Let's go.
Pretty shitty.
Then I'll action surge
All right.
and shoot it 2 more time.
Action surge, more like Aston surge.
Whoa.
Got him. That's a 12 on one and 13 on the other, so that's 19 and an 18.
Yes, they both hit.
That's 2d10 plus 30. 6 and a 7, so 13, 43.
My God.
43 damage.
That's a lot. Did you know?
Did you know that's a lot of damage?
That's a lot.
All right, Elaine.
Actually,
Whoa,
do I
that
when
thing-
when I run into the 30 within 30 feet, do I feel like a weird aura?
What are you asking?
Because I now have more movement. Do I run in? I'd be like, oh, I don't like this. Can I run out? Or do I not feel it at all?
Does he know?
I don't think that's how that works. No. I don't
Okay,
think-
that's why I was asking.
No.
If I feel an aura, I'd run out of it. But if I don't feel an aura, I wouldn't know to run out of it.
Why? How would you feel an aura?
Like, I don't know.
It's just vibes.
Do I
Vibes.
do I feel weird running within 30 feet of this? Do I feel an effect?
Like the charm.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna say no because the effect technically happens if it's if you're starting at 30 at the start of your turn.
That's fine. Okay, that's why I was asking. Is then I would not use my 30 feet to move
It's not,
out.
it's not like you can like feel a temperature change on your skin and you're like, oh, let me take 2 steps back and get out of this gradient.
Yeah, that's why
How
I was
much
asking.
aura does he lose for that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
Also,
No.
like, what color is his aura?
Oh my god.
No.
Then I will stay where I am.
Alrighty. In that case, Elaine.
Alright. Okay, so quick, raise your hand if you are below half health. Okay,
I don't think you
two of
can see me, so I don't think that matters.
I can't.
But I'll
It
leave that.
does
I'll leave
matter.
that, you know.
It does matter.
You always
Can I
matter.
see? Like,
Well, I don't know, because I'm like in like a different weird space. I don't know if she can reach me. Yeah, was my question.
you're still within range of this thing I can do. Let me see.
There's some
Yeah,
weird
what do you-
voodoo nonsense mumbo jumbo.
Yeah. What
going
are you trying to do?
I want to do Turn the Tide. It's one of my once per short rest effects for my channel divinity. So, as a bonus action, I can bolster injured creatures with this. So, each creature of my choice that can hear me that is within 30 feet. So, are you within 30 feet of me?
on. Can I hear you?
Yes, like just barely. So everyone who can hear me, who is within 30 feet of me will regain hit points. Let me see. How much is it? It is, I believe, a D6 plus. Oh God.
Roll.
Yeah, so 1d6 plus my charisma modifier. So roll a d6 plus 2, and that's how many hit points you'll get back.
Are we rolling or are you rolling?
D6s have been pretty good. I'll roll a d6. And then
And you tell me
okay.
whether or not that's me.
So yeah, everybody gets 7 hit points back if you are below half health right now.
Is
Good
it
job.
only
That
below
was
health?
Beautiful.
Is
You
it
have to be below
specifically
half
okay?
health
Then I
to
do not
this.
get it.
Yeah.
It's a cool ability.
I'm gonna pop my
Yeah,
head out
it's
from
very
around the
cool.
pillar and just shout out at Elaine, "You're my hero!"
It's the How to Train Your Dragon meme where he pops out behind the bush like.
Got it. She's doing it. Amazing. Okay, so yes, everybody gets that if you are in dire straits. Excellent. I wonder if that applies to me. Probably not, unfortunately. So
Does it say
I'm
other
gonna-
creature?
It just says any creature.
Then it affects you.
That's you.
Yes. Oh my gosh, because I can hear me.
You can hear you.
Each creature. Yeah.
Pretty
I
existential.
can hear me.
I was like, that's some.
Bro, does my
And
purple look
again,
like your
are we
purple?
really listening,
Like,
you
bro,
know?
I can see purple and you can see purple, but is the purple that I'm seeing the same purple that you're seeing?
Oh man, that's too much for me.
Got him.
Excellent. Oh my gosh. Okay, and now I'm gonna attack this thing once again. There we go. Let's see.
Oh, also, fun fact about your eyes perceiving purple: your eyes can't see purple. Your
It sees blue and pink or blue and red.
it just sees the absence of green, so it just makes something up.
And
How
so
do we?
this is
That's
purple
how
now.
do you like? How do scientists?
Wait, what?
I
Yeah.
know, right? Also,
Very
blue
good.
jays aren't blue, I learned.
What are they?
They're like gray, but they have this like weird like phosphorescence to their feathers that we perceive as blue.
That's cool.
Ooh.
How do we know?
Can I say?
Those are
Are they-
fun facts.
Just a
Two
cousin, man.
16s to hit.
They both miss.
They both miss.
Oofa.
I'm gonna use my bardic on my second one. Okay, a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
That one hits. Okay. Let's see. 2d6 slashing. Okay. Okay. So that is 10 magic slashing damage. I will throw a divine smite. No, actually, I have an inspiration that I haven't used, so I'm gonna use that to re-roll my other attack.
Okay.
And I'm gonna see if I can do something good here. Oh god. I got a nat 1. Why did this happen? Why would this happen to me? Awful. Okay, but that is my I did the turn the tide. I'm still up. Not for long, probably. But yeah, okay. That's all I got. That's what I'm doing.
Okay. All right. This creature is going to look at you, Elaine. And instead of seeing a foe, it sees a potential ally.
Oh, don't.
I need you to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Boo.
Alrighty.
You purposely waited till she was out of inspiration, you dirty, dirty DM.
You jerk. Okay. It's not terrible. It's not. Okay, it's not terrible. Alrighty. 17 for the wisdom save.
Well done.
Oh,
Got him. Fuck your turn.
Well done. Well
I
done.
love this.
You feel, Elaine, as it looks at you, its burning yellow eyes in your body, it seems to connect with something in you. There is a shared energy between you and this creature. It is essentially trying to take control of you from the inside through that shared energy that you possess. But there's something else inside of you that rejects it. There is another part of you, outside of the divine, outside of the celestial, that pushes back, and you feel that energy leave your body. That was trying to basically take you over.
I think, yeah, as soon as Elaine feels something trying to control her, she just like snaps at it. Like it's as close to an animal as Elaine can get, but she just like grits her teeth and just says, "Get out of my head," before like batting it away with that missed attack.
All right, Davina. You're up.
Okay, now I'm gonna try to do what I tried to do last turn. So I'm gonna do bonus action, unsettling words on it.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna do phantasmal force to
Okay.
make it think Elaine's not there.
It has disadvantage.
Oh
And it has disadvantage on this.
no, it's I
You
roll
reduce total, right?
Well, it's disadvantage from being poisoned, and then reduce the total.
So it's pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, that's a 10 on total before anything. So
Amazing. Oh dear.
Okay. Wait, so then I succeeded on both.
oh yeah, no, it fails. It saves. So the phantasmal force. It's taking it.
Okay.
It knows see Elaine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let Elaine know that in case she wants to try something, get closer.
All right.
Under my thought process is, well, no, never mind. I'll just shout to Elaine that it can't see.
Great. Good.
Alrighty. We're gonna jump now back into this strange chamber where Velterra faces Vol, hands outstretched. Vol makes contact with the tips of your fingers, Vel, and your head snaps back as your mind is transported through this vast collection of thoughts and images and feelings. And it takes you a couple seconds, and you're realizing that what you're feeling, what is being shown to you, is the quintessence. You are getting eyes into this power, this thing that is woven through the entire world. And in those seconds that you're connected, you are aware of the entire world. You can feel every mountaintop. You can feel every drop of rain that falls on a fern in the jungle. You can feel the footsteps of a little mouse crawling on the ground. You can feel the wing beats of giant rocks that are flying through the sky. You are feeling everything in Zholmyr in this moment as you are connected to this. You are not just feeling these things, you are feeling the energy of the quintessence itself, and you are realizing that this is not just a static blank energy. It almost feels like a living thing that has its own feelings, its own emotions, its own being. You start to feel pain. What feels like pricks of the skin before those pricks turn into cuts and gashes. And then you feel tearing all across the world. It's violent, it's painful, it hurts, and then from those tears, you start to see festering, like an infection taking over parts of the body. It's a darkness, a blackness, and it's pure pain. And you're somewhat aware of Vol looking at you, and he just wears this sort of stoic look on his face. All of a sudden, you're transported back into the seat of the Celestials, and you see now standing before you not Vol, but a very large, tall, skinny blue man, bald, wearing golden robes. And as he raises his hand and brings it down, it's the worst cut that you've felt so far in this place. A deep, deep wound, a deep gash. It's crippling. And in that moment, you have another flashback. This time, you're standing in a forest, staring at Vol. Boom, an explosion. Next thing you know, there's a buzzing in the back of your skull as Vol speaks to you from inside your head for the first time. Vol starts to move their facial features a little bit, almost like they're trying to speak to you. And with that, we'll go to Violet.
Oh God.
No turn for Val.
That was his turn.
Whoa.
Help.
Okay, I think I see Elaine go feral, and it's very rare for her to do that. So Violet's gonna get like the kick that okay, it's time to really attack. So I am going to summon one of my psychic daggers, and I am going to try and slice off one of its wings, like kind of hack at the top there.
Okay.
She wants more feathers.
That is a 24 to hit. Actually, more than that. Okay. Oh, and I am cutting low. Like, I am trying to cut feathers off. That is part of Violet's goal. But I'm trying to keep them whole, so I'm trying to cut as close as I can to the body.
Okay.
Okay, so that hits. So that is...
You do get sneak attack damage.
I do. Yes, I do. So, dun, 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 dun. 1d6.
Doesn't that net out your exhaustion?
What? Yeah, do I have to roll my attack twice?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you would have disadvantage on it. What the fuck was that?
It's a FaceTime feature. Oh my god.
I'm so exhausted, I'm dying.
I'm not happy about this. That was ridiculous. Don't worry, it's just gonna be me.
It doesn't work for me.
Amazing. Why did
Are
you
you on like your phone or something?
No, I'm
But
using
is
a
it still an
laptop
Apple?
that I typically do.
Is it still an app?
It's a Mac.
Yep, that's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so I have to roll twice, so let's see if I hit. That's a 19, so my lower one, it was a 24, so I do hit.
We'll still hit.
Alright,
Nice.
So damage that's 6 plus 5, 11, and now I get to do this 3 more times because I'm gonna sneak attack this thing. Slice. Let's go. 4, so 15, 18, 1, 19 points of damage.
I will give you the how do you want to do this option, Violet.
Oh my god.
Okay. So with my one blade, I'm like slicing at the wing, and so I hope that like I just like slice through the wing and I cut off as many feathers as possible. And then with my other dagger, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna slit its throat.
Okay. So yes. So basically what happens is the first dagger whips through the air, goes to the base of the wing. 3 feathers get cut off right at their base and start to walk to the ground. The creature looks down just in time as another dagger comes up and strikes it right at the base of the chin. And the screaming immediately stops right in its throat. And it sort of like sinks to the ground and immediately begins to start to dissipate into the air. The same way that the very first creature you ever fought in the Streets of Scarport did. And it begins to kind of dissipate, but the 3 golden feathers lay intact on the ground.
I would like to run up to the creature, to like catch it and like help it like slowly lie down as it starts to like evaporate and like disappear. And I want to like it. I don't think it's going to do anything, but I want to give it. I want to use like the 5 points of lay on hands, not to heal it, but to try to cure it of a disease or a poison, to see if I can offer this thing any kind of like peace as it finally goes.
Yes.
And I want to ask it like, is this a mercy?
As it happens, as you put your hand on this creature, as it's slowly starting to disappear, it shimmers slightly, and it turns its piercing, shining eyes at you, and kind of leans its head forward and just says, "Thank you for doing as I asked." And then it continues to just sort of like fade out.
Just lay it down and put its weapon on its chest as it disappears.
And the last of it floats up into the musty air and disappears.
Do I get my turn?
I mean, you're out of combat.
I rush to the feathers.
Oh,
I don't-
God.
I don't think you necessarily would beat me to them because
You're
I
exhausted.
previously did that. So for anyone who's watching, you see like a mix of emotions sort of go over Violet's face. Like she was angry, like absolutely just pissed. And then she's confused, and then she's kind of devastated at the loss of such a beautiful creature. And then her face just goes into like she's resolute and she's determined once she sees Jasper move. And so I'm going to race to get to I have my gloves on, and I'm going to race to Elaine's side by the creature.
I'll trip her.
Hold on. So you're both rushing for the feathers?
Yes.
I'm gonna rush to like the creature's side.
I'm rushing to the feathers specifically.
Okay, so then Violet, you're not even going for the feathers.
At first, but then if Jasper is pointedly going to the feathers.
I think he's made it very clear that he's pointedly going towards the feathers.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Davina. Davina, what does your face say? I'm looking at you.
Figure this out. Jasper's moving quick.
My face says, "Oh shit," and I'm running towards Elaine to help her out.
Then I'm not going to go to the feathers. I'm going straight to Elaine. Jasper can have them. Like Violet is fine. The party has more.
Okay.
As we get to we all like cluster around Elaine, can I take a look? Can I see Vel in that room?
Yes.
What is he just standing there like blank faced?
No, you do see Vol standing in front of him, arms outstretched.
That's new.
Okay, I call out to both of them. Can they hear me? Any indication that either of them hear me? I'm not crossing the threshold.
They do not seem to hear you. Velterra.
I'll enter it.
What? Are you entering the threshold?
Okay. Wait,
once I see
Val,
Val not respond.
All right, here's what's happening. Velterra, you Vol has been standing in front of you. You're having all of these visions. A voice now comes. You're kind of recentered. You're regrounded into this room with Vol standing in front of you. He looks at you, and there's a voice that now comes from him that is different from his own. There's traces of him in the speech, but it is a deeper, inhuman, ancient voice that speaks to you at this point. And it just looks at you and it says, "Stop them before the wounds they cut are too deep to heal."
If I can, I'm going to try and speak back to it.
Mhm.
Who are they?
The voice just kind of goes, it just basically like cries out, "Disease."
Where?
Find the other seats.
Damn it.
Stop them from making the cuts.
Can you show me where the other seats are?
Vol takes 2 steps forward and places fingers on your forehead. Again, an image explodes into your mind. First, you're underwater. You can see a large underwater coral fortress in front of you. When out of the fortress swims one of the largest creatures you have ever seen. A woman, half mer person, half sea dragon, snakes her way through the water, seems to see you, and rushes towards you before the vision switches again. And instead, you're blinded for a second as sunlight comes through a very thick canopy of trees. And you look around and you see that you are in some large jungle glade with one very, very large, deep, kind of like bronze mahogany colored tree that climbs all the way through, so tall you can't even see where it ends. Before you can respond, or Vol can respond, your vision goes black. The pain once again returns, and this ancient voice begins to scream as Violet crosses into the chamber.
Can I look
Just
over
like
her?
a hand and foot in.
Or can I not see anything?
You're still a little overwhelmed by a lot of what's going on.
Okay.
Vol, Val,
Violet, you walk in. You are also overcome. It's something that you've only felt pieces of here and there from time to time. When you're at your most hungry for energy, for life. Violet's bright, shining purple eyes go black as this feeling, this hunger overcomes you. Vol looks at you and screams and screeches. What do you do?
what can I think? Is there any part of me that's... I stumble.
Are you trying to resist this, or are you leaning into it?
I'll try to resist.
All right, give me a con saving throw.
18.
Nice job.
And that was rolling twice. I got a 19 and a 16.
That is very impressive. As you stumble in, your eyes immediately go to Vol. It's a hunger like you've never known before. It is a hunger that transcends just one body. It is an all-consuming hunger. You take more steps toward Vol as Vol screeches and steps back from you. But there's something inside you that recognizes that in this moment, you are losing power. And if there's one thing Violet cherishes above all else, it is her agency and her power. And in a moment, even after all the prayers you've made to the night sky, all of the times you thought about how you could use this power to your advantage, in that split second, a twinge of doubt comes over you, and you resist. And that's it.
Do we see this happen? Do we see like Vel, or do we see Vol like screaming?
If you're all coming in, yeah.
I
So-
think we're just
so-
right in the doorway.
Can we
I don't
read?
see her. I don't react to her coming in at all.
You do now at this point, I would say, yes. In that split second before, you were still trying to get your bearings, but
If I see her stepping into the room, I'm gonna hit her with an Eldritch Blast.
That's what I thought. That's
You're
what I thought you were
attacking
gonna
me
do.
no.
After
No.
that happened, I've fallen on my knees and I'm just grabbing my head. Like I am full on, just like I'm on like that feeling of just like hunger is something that I've become accustomed to, but how extreme it was has only happened on rare occasions, and I don't like being out of control in that way. So that's why I resisted. So I'm gonna like just like fall down and like put and grab my head.
Val, go ahead and make your
Is
attack.
she like
roll.
right in the?
Yeah,
I was gonna
she's
say,
right.
is she right in the doorway?
It's a 22 to hit.
Okay, so that'll hit.
That hits.
And I'm gonna push her 10 feet back out the door.
Okay.
And it's also gonna do 14 force damage.
I'm still up.
Okay, good. Was not my intention.
Barely.
I'm good. Yeah.
But
Good.
I'm gonna push her back out the door, and then kind of turn back to Vol.
Mm-hmm.
Is the voice just entirely gone at this point in that
No.
presence?
It's still standing. It's recovering itself. It's regathering itself. But Vol sort of like stands back up into like sort of this like pose where he's just sort of like holding in front of you.
Kind of just like a conduit.
After the Eldritch Blast, I'm gonna keep my hand raised. I'm not really gonna say anything, but I'm gonna keep my hand raised as like a stay there thing, kind of motion.
Okay.
I'm gonna run by Violet, kind of look at her, and give her like. Up to this point, there have been like moments where like I'm annoyed with her, and like I'm just like, oh, you're not like, ugh, like I don't love what you're doing, but like I get it. Now I'm gonna give her a look of like disappointment and fear, and like a not the look that comes from me is not like a understanding one. It's a, if Vel is attacking you, it's a little more hostile than just like my usual disappointment, and I'm gonna run by her to Vel's side.
Okay. The rest of you, what are you doing?
I'm just standing. I try to buffer Violet when she gets pushed out, and just help prop her up with Elaine next to me. I don't know what Elaine's doing.
At a loss with whatever is happening between Vel and Vol.
Yeah, I think I'm just watching from the doorway, and helping Violet up.
Can I call out to Vol briefly?
Sure.
I don't. Elaine, your friend. Can we help you with something? What's wrong?
With those words, "It's Elaine, I am your friend," Vol shifts his gaze from Vel to you. And again, those kind of swirling pools of energy that kind of serve as his eyes. His head tilts ever so slightly. And he looks at you and he said, it's still this deep, 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 deep voice. This is the first time you guys are really hearing it. But there's even more of a trace in Vol this time when he says to you, "We made a promise
We
to
did.
help." He kind of drifts. He's like hovering a few inches above the ground. He drifts over to you and he takes his hand and he cups your face, Elaine. And he looks around at the rest and he says, "I am weak from this cut, but take this gift, the power we gave to the Celestials. Use it. Protect us. Save us." And a white energy, soft, fills the room. It wafts out and even makes its way over to you, Violet, outside of this threshold. And you all feel a warmth in your chest as something changes a bit within you.
All of us?
And all of you. Vol kind of lets their hand drop a little bit, looks at it, looks back at you, Velterra, and you sort of feel this like this like pull. And you two more or less reconnect once again. And the only energy left in the room is sort of the soft hum of the quintessence energy as it sort of bounces around the walls.
We're level 20, y'all.
And we are going to end there for today.
Do we level up?
Yeah, fuck it. Seriously, let's move this fucking story along. Sure, why the hell not?
Okay, we ball. My God.
Oh my
All right.
god.
Oh
On
my
top of
God.
that,
All right. Yeah, I have so many things I want to do, but I'll save them for next time.
For the
on top
love...
of that,
Sorry, go ahead.
you all now gain a new feature called the Boon of the Celestials.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Hello?
No!
No.
This expression too is really funny.
Well, I didn't see it.
Gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing from non-magical weapons. Oh my lord.
That's actually kind of sick because I already have 3 bonus action uses of Blade Ward. So now I essentially have 4.
Yes, you do.
and it's using a reaction, not a bonus action. So you could...
Oh, that's
And with that, we wrap up our first year of Homebrew Advantage's Zholmyr campaign!
Oh my
Yay! Thanks so much for joining us, everyone. We're going to be back in 2025 with the next chapter of this story. It's been an absolute fucking blast getting to this point. Thank you for anyone who's ever tuned in. We're super excited to see what happens next.
Oh, we
All
lost
right,
Violet.
have a
Yeah.
great holiday season, everyone, and Happy New Year when we see you next time.
Bye, everybody.